My friends, it just takes absolutely no imagination to see that if these teachings take deep root in us in the way that we coach and in the way we disciple, this can be a game changer for our congregation, and I'm not exaggerating. You get hundreds of people in a congregation with new radar, seeing things and hearing things somehow they haven't seen and heard before, and coaching in a different way. You see a brand new level of growth. This might be one of the most serious conversations we've ever had. This 10-week study. It's 70 days, and I need to ask you to bring your full self. I'm gonna bring my best self to this series, and I would ask you to bring your best self to this series and to take it very, very seriously. And I'm gonna ask you for 3 specific commitments. 70 days, right? 10-part series, 7 days in a week, a little more than 2 months. I'm gonna ask you for 3 commitments for a little more than 2 months. Ready? Are you sure? Commitment number 1. Let's go back to that row circle chair thing. Just a commitment to the row. Could I ask you to be here? If you're well, and if you're in the Grand Rapids area, can I ask you for 10 consecutive weekends where you say, I will be there for 10 weeks, and I will absorb all of these teachings because I'm taking this, like the Christ thing, this trainer thing so seriously that as much as it depends on me, I will desire to be there for 10 consecutive weeks. That is commitment number 1, is a commitment to the row. If you're out on business travel, if you have kids that are sick, you need to stay home. We have our live stream. We have ways online to pull down a sermon and listen to it later. I'm just asking you for the first commitment to devote yourself to at least hearing what is taught on these topics. Got it? Okay, it's commitment number 1. I can see you're all in. But it's just, dude, I just know the weekend, someone's up here, they teach, it's kind of a talking head type thing. People sit, they take notes. No. We want so much for this conversation to go beyond the weekend. And we've devised a tool called Beyond the Weekend. And it's a daily devotional study that appears in your inbox Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It takes me between, usually 7 minutes to 12 minutes to do these. And instead of, just information gets lost and I just get moving so fast. I quiet my heart each day and it takes me back to what we talked about so that it has a less shot at getting lost. I'm gonna ask you for 10 weeks. Maybe you subscribed for this a year ago and kind of got out of the habit. We get in habits and then we get out of habits and we get back into habits. I would love for you to re-up for Beyond the Weekend and devote yourself for a 10-week period of time to the Beyond the Weekend experience so that this hits you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and not just at a Saturday service or a Sunday service. That's commitment number 2. Got it? Very, very good, yeah. Conserve your energy. Commitment number three is the circle. And I would love for you to join an Ada Bible Church small group because we believe fervently that we grow much more rapidly in healthy community than we do when we're cocooned and in isolation. And if you're not in a small group, I'd love for you to get into a small group. There's this event, Group Launch, coming up earlier in the service. They told you there's tables available in the atrium. Sign up this weekend or next weekend. Huge kick-off event 2 weeks from now for Beyond the Weekend. Love for you to join one. But if you are in a small group, whatever curriculum you're going through, I plead with you to take the first 15 minutes, even if you're studying another curriculum, to say, okay, how did last weekend hit you? What's messing with you? That thing about reconciliation. Anybody bury relationships that God would be pleased to open a door when you've slammed the door and locked it? I'm telling you, that conversation in the circle, I think is where some of the greatest dynamic is gonna come from this series. And so, number 1, just join a group if you're not in one. Number 2, if you're in one, please, at least take 15 minutes to go back and say, who did this, who was messed with by this? What are you gonna do? How can we encourage you? Where can you encourage other people's journeys of trust? Again, it's a 70-day journey. I'm gonna be bringing my best. I ask you to bring your best. I'm asking you to bring 3 commitments, the environments of traineeism, the row, the circle, and the chair, so that we can grow together during this time. This might be one of the most significant conversations we've ever had. If it takes root in our lives, the growth can just be massive.